The universe is vast, filled with phenomena that stretch the limits of our understanding. We look to the stars and wonder about our origins. We look within and seek to understand the nature of consciousness itself. In this great quest for knowledge, we sometimes encounter ideas that bridge these two worlds, the outer, the inner one. Such phenomenon is a sound. It is an ancient syllable known as Om. It has echoed through millennia of human history, to the bustling energy of modern cities. It is a sound that has been revered, studied, and chanted by countless individuals across diverse cultures and ages. Fact: the syllable Om is a fundamental element in many Eastern spiritual traditions. It is recorded in some of the oldest texts known to humanity, the Vedas of ancient India. Its written form appears in manuscripts and is carved into the stone of temples that have stood for centuries. Its presence is an undeniable historical reality, a thread of sound woven through the fabric of human civilization. This is not a matter of belief, but of a clear and documented record. It is a cultural artifact of immense importance, a testament to humanity's enduring search for meaning and connection, belief. For many, Om is far more than just a historical artifact. It is considered the primordial sound, the very vibration from which the universe emerged. In this view, all of existence, every atom and every galaxy, is a manifestation of this single, foundational resonance. Chanting Om is believed to be a way to align oneself with this cosmic frequency. It is a practice intended to connect the individual consciousness with the universal consciousness. This perspective transforms the sound from a simple utterance into a profound tool for spiritual realization, a key to unlocking deeper states of awareness and a sense of unity with all of life. This investigation is a journey into the heart of that syllable. Our journey begins in the distant past, in the cradle of ancient Indian civilization. The historical trail of Om is not one of myth alone, but is etched in physical records that have survived the passage of time. The earliest clear references to Om appear in the sacred texts known as the Upanishads. These philosophical treatises, which form part of the larger Vedic scriptures, date back to at least the middle of the first millennium BCE. Within these ancient pages, Om is described not merely as a word, but as a sacred utterance, a subject for profound meditation, and a symbol of ultimate reality. Its presence here is a clear marker of its importance in early Indian spiritual thought. Fact: the Vedas, the oldest scriptures of Hinduism, are a vast collection of hymns, prayers, philosophical discourses. Scholars date the earliest parts of the Rig Veda to as far back as 1500 BCE. While the syllable Om is most fully explored in the later Upanishads, its roots as a sacred vocalization are found in this earlier Vedic period. It was used as a powerful introductory and concluding word for chants and rituals. This shows that for well over 3,000 years, this specific sound has been intentionally employed in a sacred context. It was not a casual utterance, but one imbued with purpose and significance from its earliest recorded use. Archaeological evidence provides a tangible dimension to this textual history. The symbol for Om begins to appear in inscriptions and on coins from the early centuries of the Common Era. We find it carved into the walls of rock-cut caves, such as those at Ellora and Ajanta, magnificent monuments to faith and artistry. These carvings are physical testaments to the syllable's expanding influence, moving from the exclusive domain of priestly ritual to a more public and widespread symbol of faith. Seeing the symbol etched in stone, side by side with depictions of deities and spiritual leaders, confirms its central place in the religious life of the time. This historical footprint is not confined to India alone. As the influence of Hinduism and Buddhism spread across Asia, the syllable Om traveled with them. It was adapted into different scripts and integrated into the spiritual practices of Tibet, Southeast Asia, and beyond. In Tibetan Buddhism, for example, it is the first syllable of the famous mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum. This diffusion across vast geographical and cultural landscapes underscores its universal appeal. Beyond the hard facts of history lies a vast and intricate world of belief. Within this world, OM is understood as a concept of profound spiritual depth. It is not simply a sound to be heard with the ears, but a vibration to be experienced with the entirety of one's being. The traditions that revere OM offer a rich metaphorical framework for understanding its significance. They provide a map, not of the physical world, but of the inner landscape of consciousness. This map guides the practitioner from the audible sound to the silent source from which it is said to arise, a journey from the mundane to the transcendent. In the Mandukya Upanishad, OM is deconstructed to reveal its deeper meaning. The audible sound is said to consist of three phonetic components: A, waking state U, dream state M, deep, dreamless sleep. These three together encompass ordinary experience. Beyond them is a fourth dimension, silence after the chant. This silence, turiya, is the ultimate reality. It is pure consciousness, beyond waking, dreaming, deep sleep. The silence is the background awareness. Chanting Om is a vehicle to access that unchanging core of being. The sound is the boat. The silence the shore. This framework provides a powerful psychological and spiritual tool. For the practitioner, chanting OM becomes a form of active meditation. It is a way of observing the different layers of one's own mind. Move through A, U, M, then rest in silence. Retrace from manifest back to unmanifest. Quiet the restless mind. Dissolve the sense of a separate self. Experience profound peace and unity with the cosmos. This is the heart of the belief, that a simple sound can be a key to the greatest of mysteries. When we move from the realm of ancient belief to the modern laboratory, our language must change. We shift from metaphors of cosmic unity to the precise measurements of frequency, amplitude, resonance. Sound, from a scientific perspective, is a physical phenomenon. It is a wave of pressure propagating through a medium, such as air. When a person chants they are creating a complex acoustic event. Scientists can record this event with sensitive microphones and then analyze it with visualization software. Acoustic analysis shows the chant is not a single pure tone. It has a fundamental frequency plus overtones, harmonics. Dominant frequency often sits low, about 70 to 150 Hz. Low frequencies produce tangible vibrations in the body, especially the chest and the head. That physical resonance is central to many people's experience. The chant moves from A to U to M, and each shift changes the acoustics. A is open-throated, producing a broad frequency spectrum. U rounds the lips and reshapes the mouth's resonant cavity, focusing harmonics. M is a closed lips hum that traps sound, creating strong vibration in the nasal passages, the skull, and the chest cavity. That's basic vocal physics. These vibrations may play a role in the physiological effects reported by those who chant. Vibroacoustic therapy uses low-frequency sound to induce relaxation. The M vibrations may stimulate nerve endings in the chest and head. One hypothesis: this could influence the vagus nerve, engaging the parasympathetic calming response. Research continues, but acoustically, chanting OM is auditory and tactile, producing measurable vibrations throughout the upper body. Sound is typically an invisible force, We hear its effects, but we do not see its form. Cymatics offers a way to make the geometry of sound visible. The principle is simple yet profound. By vibrating a surface, a metal plate, or a dish of water, and placing a medium, sand, placing a medium, salt, placing a medium, liquid, we can observe the patterns that emerge. The sound waves create areas of high and low vibration on the surface. The particles are jostled away from the vibrating areas and accumulate in the still points, revealing the underlying structure of the sound wave. In recent years, numerous experiments have visualized the patterns created by OM. Often a recording of a person chanting OM is played through a speaker into a cymatic device, or a group chanting OM. The recording plays through a speaker connected to the cymatic device. As the sound resonates through the plate, or through the liquid, intricate and often highly symmetrical patterns begin to form. The patterns are not static. They evolve as the chant transitions, from the open A to the humming AM. The resulting geometric forms can be strikingly beautiful and complex. These cymatic patterns are a direct physical manifestation of the frequency components of the sound. A simple, pure tone will produce a simple, regular pattern. A complex sound, like the human voice, a fundamental plus many harmonics, gives a more complex pattern. The shapes you see from OM experiments reflect the specific harmonic structure of that recording. Different recordings with different voices and different intonations will produce different patterns. These stunning visuals have led some to claim they're proof of OM's sacred geometry or power to organize matter. Here, we must be cautious. Science requires us to separate observation from interpretation. The observation is that the sound of OM, like any complex sound, creates geometric patterns. The interpretation that these patterns have deeper, cosmic significance is a belief, not a scientific conclusion. Cymatics shows sound has a formative quality. It can create order out of chaos on a small scale. It does not provide evidence for claims about the sound-shaping planets or galaxies. It is a visual metaphor, not a physical proof of cosmic power. The experience of chanting OM is ultimately an internal one, a phenomenon that takes place within the human brain. For centuries, its effects could only be described subjectively: peace, focus, spiritual connection. But today, with the advent of modern neuroimaging technology, we can begin to open a window into the brain and observe what happens during this ancient practice. Technologies like functional magnetic resonance, imaging, and electroencephalography allow us to measure changes in brain activity, providing objective data. Several scientific studies have investigated the neurological effects of chanting OM. Using functional magnetic resonance imaging, which measures changes in blood flow to different brain regions, researchers have observed deactivation in certain areas of the limbic system during the chant. The limbic system is a primitive part of our brain that is heavily involved in processing emotions, stress, the fight or flight response. Specifically, areas like the amygdala, which acts as the brain's alarm center, have shown reduced activity. This finding provides a plausible neurological basis for the feelings of calm and reduced anxiety that are so often reported by practitioners. Further research using electroencephalography, which measures the brain's electrical rhythms, has also yielded interesting results. These studies have found that chanting can lead to an increase in alpha wave activity, which is associated with a state of relaxed wakefulness. Some studies also report increased synchrony between different brain regions, suggesting that the practice may promote more integrated and efficient brain function. The rhythmic and repetitive nature of the chant likely plays a key role here, helping to entrain the brain's own rhythms into a more stable and coherent pattern. This is similar to the effects seen in other forms of meditation and rhythmic breathing. While these findings are compelling, it is crucial to acknowledge their limitations. Many of these studies have been conducted with small numbers of participants. It can also be difficult to isolate the effects of the OM sound itself from other aspects of the practice. Controlled breathing, focused attention, cultural and spiritual beliefs of the participants. Is it the specific frequency of OM that causes these changes, or would chanting any simple syllable produce a similar result? Some research suggests that the vibratory component of the M sound may have unique effects. To truly grasp the enduring power of we must return to the earth itself. The archaeological record provides a silent but powerful testimony to the syllable's journey through human history. While ancient texts tell us what people thought, physical artifacts show us what they did. These tangible remnants, carved stones, inscribed pottery, temple structures, allow us to ground the story of OM in the material world. They provide a timeline and a map, helping us to trace the spread of this sacred sound across cultures and centuries, independent of the oral and written traditions that preserved its meaning. One of the most significant sources of archaeological evidence for OM comes from epigraphy, the study of inscriptions. The OM symbol, in its various historical forms, begins to appear with increasing frequency in Indian inscriptions from around the 1st century BCE onwards. It is often found at the beginning of donative inscriptions, which record gifts made to monasteries or temples. Its placement here suggests it served as an auspicious invocation, a sacred opening to a public declaration. These inscriptions, carved on stone pillars, copper plates, cave walls, are durable records that have survived for 2 millennia, providing definitive proof of OM's widespread use and revered status. Archaeological excavations of ancient monastic and temple sites have further enriched our understanding. In places like Nalanda, a great center of Buddhist learning in ancient India, terracotta seals bearing the OM symbol have been unearthed. These seals were likely used to stamp documents or goods, marking them with a sign of sacred authority or identity. The presence of OM in a distinctly Buddhist context highlights its adoption and integration beyond the confines of early Hinduism. The physical artifacts demonstrate a shared sacred vocabulary across different spiritual traditions, coexisting in the same geographical area. The archaeological record is powerful, but it is also incomplete. The human mind has always sought to connect its inner world with the vast cosmos outside. It is a natural impulse to look for patterns that unite the very small with the very large. In the modern era, this impulse has produced a compelling and controversial comparison, the link between the ancient sound OM and scientific ideas about the universe's origin. Some accounts say OM is literally the sound of the Big Bang, the residual vibration of creation. Powerful and poetic, but it demands careful scientific scrutiny. The idea that OM is creation's sound is ancient. Sacred texts speak of a universe emerging from a single primordial vibration, the cosmos as a symphony of vibrations, OM as the fundamental tone. OM as the creative word, the logos, bringing existence from pure potential. A cosmological metaphor, the universe as a living, resonant system. Chanting OM is, from this view, participation in creation. Modern cosmology explains origins with the Big Bang theory. Evidence includes the observed expansion of the universe and the cosmic microwave background, the faint afterglow of the Big Bang. That afterglow is a snapshot of the universe at about 380,000 years old. Back then, the universe was a dense plasma and an intensely hot plasma. Pressure waves in that plasma created acoustic oscillations. Can we equate those primordial oscillations with the sound of Science urges caution. Sound needs a medium to travel. The early universe had one. Today's universe is nearly a vacuum. Sound cannot cross the emptiness of space. When scientists sonify CMB data, translate radiation frequencies into audible sound, the outcome is a deep, evolving hum that shifts pitch as the universe expands and cools. That hum may be metaphorically similar to the OM sound, but there's no scientific basis to claim they're identical. The connection remains poetic analogy, not physical identity. The scientific exploration of OM and its effects is a young and developing field. While initial studies have provided intriguing glimpses, acoustic, neurological, physiological, they have also raised more questions than they have answered. This is the nature of scientific progress. Each new discovery opens up new avenues of inquiry and reveals the complexity of the phenomenon under investigation. To move forward, researchers must not only ask new questions, but also refine their methods to ensure that the answers they find are reliable and meaningful. One of the most significant open questions is that of specificity. Are the observed effects of chanting, such as reduced amygdala activity and increased alpha waves, specific to the sound of OM? Or could similar results be achieved by chanting another syllable or even by practicing simple rhythmic breathing? To answer this, science requires carefully designed, controlled studies. For example, one group could chant OM, another could chant a neutral syllable like SA, and a third group could simply sit in silence. By comparing the outcomes across these groups, researchers could begin to isolate the unique contribution, if any, of the OM sound itself. The challenge of methodology in this area is substantial. Many of the reported benefits of chanting, such as feelings of peace, spiritual connection, are subjective experiences. While valuable, these self-reports can be influenced by a person's expectations and beliefs, the placebo effect. This is why objective measures, like fMRI hormone level analysis, are so important. Another challenge is blinding. In a pharmaceutical trial, you can give one group the real pill and another a sugar pill, and neither the participants nor the researchers know who got which. It is impossible to blind someone to the fact that they are chanting Om. This makes it difficult to disentangle the physical effects of the sound from the psychological effects of the practice. Because of these challenges, the current body of research must be interpreted with caution. Many studies are small-scale studies, preliminary studies, or lack rigorous control groups. This does not mean their findings are wrong, but it does mean they need to be replicated and confirmed by larger, more robust studies before we can make definitive claims. The scientific community operates on a principle of skepticism and requires a high standard of evidence. The journey to understand the secret physics of OM is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires patience, precision, and a commitment to methodological rigor to build a truly solid foundation of knowledge. Our journey has taken us across time and disciplines. From ancient manuscripts to modern laboratories, we have seen that OM is not a single, simple thing. It is a confluence, a meeting point. History, belief, science. It is a physical sound with measurable acoustic properties. It is a historical artifact with a documented lineage stretching back thousands of years. It is a neurological event that can alter the rhythms of the brain. For millions, it is a sacred symbol of cosmic unity and inner peace. These dimensions enrich each other, painting a more complete picture. OM is an ancient syllable used in spiritual practice. Modern science is beginning to measure its effects on brain and body. Studies show changes related to relaxation and attention. For millennia, it's been revered as a sound connecting the individual to the cosmos. Grand claims about shaping the universe remain metaphor and speculation. We must maintain clarity, appreciate poetry without confusing it with scientific fact. We stand at a fascinating threshold. The tools of science let us explore ancient practices with precision. We can see how a sound vibration might calm the brain's fear center. We can measure how rhythmic breathing can soothe the nervous system. This adds a new layer to the mystery and beauty. Ancient contemplatives may have been charting real, observable territories. We are left not with final answers, but with a deeper sense of wonder. The story of OM is a testament to the human quest for connection. Whether divine, neurological, or cultural, its power to inspire curiosity is undeniable. Perhaps that is the most important frequency of all.